Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going on a journey deep into the structure of reality itself. We're trying to find the smallest possible unit of physical existence.
We are. We're looking at a concept from the Buddhist Abhidhamma called the kalapa.
The kalapa. Okay.
Think of it as the ultimate particle. It's the smallest thing that arises and then immediately ceases to exist. And our mission really is to find the formula.
The formula.
Yeah, the 13 essential ingredients that make up, well, literally everything physical.
Well, let's get into it. You can't build anything without a foundation. So where do we start with the kalapa?
We start with what are called the 8 inseparable rupas. These are the absolute must-haves. Every single particle of matter has to have these 8.
Okay, the inseparable 8. What are they?
Well, they break down into 2 groups of 4. First, you have the 4 primary elements. Now, this is important. It's earth. But don't think of dirt. Think of its quality, which is hardness or extension.
Right, so it's the property, not the object.
Exactly. Then you have fire, which is just heat or temperature. Air is motion, vibration. And water is all about cohesion, fluidity.
You know, the thing in the sources that I found so surprising is that they're inseparable. That means that even something we call fire still has the qualities of water and earth in it.
Precisely. Our everyday perception is just, seeing the dominant quality. It's always partial.
Okay, so those are the first 4, the primary elements. What are the other 4?
The other 4 are the derivatives. That's color, odor, taste, and what's called nutritive essence.
So every tiny particle, even in, say, a drop of pure water, technically has some kind of color, some kind of odor and taste.
That's what the system says. All 8 are always present together.
Okay, so that brings us to our 8 core building blocks. But you said there were 13. Substance alone can't be enough to define existence, can it?
No, it isn't. Remember the definition. The kalapa is the smallest thing that arises and ceases. So we have to include the characteristics of that process.
Ah, I see.
So we add 4 more characteristics that define its tiny momentary lifespan. Arising, then development, or that moment of stability, then decay, and finally cessation.
So the life cycle of the particle itself.
Exactly. It defines its reality from moment to moment.
Okay, so let's do the math. We have the 8 inseparable elements plus these 4 moments of existence. That's 12. So what's the last one? What's missing?
Well, if you just have these little groups of particles flashing in and out of existence, how do they form bigger objects? How do you tell one group from another?
You need some kind of separation, a boundary.
You need a boundary, and that is the 13th required element. The space element, or akasa. It's what allows groups of kalapas to be distinct. And that brings our final tally to 13.
And this is where it gets really interesting for you listening at home. The implication of this formula is just huge. It means that everything physical, the chair you're on, the air you're breathing, your own body.
It's all composed of only these 13 rupas, just in different combinations and proportions. That's it.
The sources take it even further, don't they?
They do. They stress that this is universal. Even beings we can't see, like diva celestial beings or ghosts or hell beings. Their physical forms are also made of these exact same 13 rupas.
So wait, if the fundamental reality is so simple, just 13 elements flashing in and out of existence, why do we see this vast, complex, overwhelming world around us?
The answer is, it's a single word, really. Ignorance. Or even
ignorance.
It's this ignorance that deludes us. It makes us see solid, permanent, diverse things instead of this incredibly simple, fleeting reality underneath it all.
So the core takeaway is that everything you touch and see is just these 13 elements, arising and ceasing faster than you can even snap your fingers.
Right. And understanding that, really understanding that constant arising and ceasing, lets you see the true characteristics of existence. Impermanence, anicca, suffering, dukkha, and non-self, anatta.
And that leaves a pretty provocative thought to end on.
It does. If every particle that makes you you is changing in every single instant, in that endless stream, which one of them can you possibly point to and say, that's me? How could any of it be permanent? Something to think about.